After a suspicious fire at a San Antonio motel overnight, what investigators are saying about how it happened. Plus,
this is a very dangerous situation indeed. It's a red flag warning on steroids.
Burning out of control, wildfires are tearing through parts of the U.S. They're causing thousands of evacuations and heartbreaking destruction. We'll take a look at the areas hardest hit.
Taking a live look outside with Live Cam. Thanks so much for waking up with us. It's time to go ahead and get that stretching going because we got so much in store for today's show.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning, 6 a.m. on your Thursday or your baby Friday, September the 12th.
All right, thanks for starting your morning with us. Let's do that stretch. Go over here to Justin.
I'm not that limber. I don't even think I can't even touch my toes anymore. So. But yes, good morning to you guys. Good morning, everyone. And we're off to a pretty nice start. Maybe you are getting up, stretching, going for a run this morning. Temperatures are comfortable. 72 here in San Antonio, 63 Fredericksburg, 64 Kerrville, 66 in Rock Springs. So those are the cool temperatures. And then as you get closer to the coast, temperatures obviously warm up a little bit more. We've got some humidity out there, and it'll stick around today. Temperatures will make their way up to around 91 at 1 o'clock. 95 is our high, but it feels more like 96, 97 when you factor in those higher humidity levels. And I got to warn you, it's going to be a hot weekend. So Friday, tomorrow, 97. Heat index will be 100 plus. 97 Saturday, too. Same story. So Friday and Saturday, very summer-like. A little bit more cloud cover on Sunday. Maybe that helps us with temperatures some. And we get to introduce some small rain chances back into the forecast. And that'll stick around on Monday, too. We'll talk about that, plus Francine starting a weekend, but still a big rainmaker for parts of the country. We'll have the latest there in just a couple minutes. Let's take a look at your roadways this morning. As you head out the door, how are things looking?
Yeah, things are looking pretty, decent in this area. You see traffic is picking up, but I will say I'm just looking at TxDOT right now. There is a minor collision that just popped up right here on 35 and Loop 410, Loop 1604. South lane, they have the main south lane blocked right now, and the shoulder is blocked at this time. But again, it is minor at this time. Nothing super duper crazy going on right now. But again, if you're looking right now at your screen, traffic is moving along at Loop 410 and Blanco Road. Let's go ahead and head out to the ground right now. Alex Gomez on the roadways in the commute, of course, driving around a lot of construction, but he also just stumbled upon this incident. So what's going on over there, Alex?
Yeah, good morning, Japhanie. Here's another traffic accident on the north side. This is going to be at the intersection of Northwest Military and Wurzbach Parkway. We do have an accident right here. I'm counting at least 3 vehicles right here, but there are trees in the way, so I can't really zoom in, but we are in the clearing stages. Just know that if you're going to take Wurzbach Parkway this morning, right here at this intersection near Northwest Military, you are going to have some lanes closed on both sides of Northwest Military and Wurzbach Parkway. Japhanie.
All right. Thank you, Alex. And of course, we'll stay on top of that throughout this morning. Keep that in mind. If this is a part of your commute, try to avoid the area at all costs.
New this morning, investigators are trying to figure out what sparked a late night fire at a motel on the city's east side. The fire was called in around 11:30 at a Super 8 motel on Roland Road. That's not far from I-10 and South Walter Street. Firefighters arrived to find a suspicious fire in a second-floor motel room. They quickly managed to put out the flames, fortunately, and no one was hurt.
Trending right now on KSAT.com, investigators say that a man trying to stop someone from illegally dumping lost his life. Now Bexar County Sheriff's Office is looking for the suspect. All of this started at a car lot near Highway 87 and Foster Road late yesterday. Investigators say the workers at the lot saw someone in an orange Dodge truck illegally dumping on their property. So they say that some of the employees took it upon themselves to follow the orange truck. Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar believes that both the employee and a suspect exchanged gunfire while driving. One of the employees, unfortunately, a 36-year-old man, later crashed on the northbound lanes of I-81 just inside 1604 and died. Right now, it's unclear if the man was killed from the crash or gunfire.
You can see where somebody would take offense, extreme offense to somebody dumping illegally on their business. But, you know, following them, especially when you know that person is armed, certainly does escalate things.
Sheriff Salazar says that if you ever see something illegal happening, get information to give to law enforcement, like a suspect's license plate number. Authorities are still looking for the suspect in the orange Dodge truck, but if you have any information, again, contact the sheriff's office.
Also trending overnight, a father is in hot water this morning after their 5-year-old drove onto a busy street. It happened on Foster Road near Lakeview Drive. According to the Bexar County Sheriff's Office, the children had been left alone in the car while their father shopped in the store. Now, he says he left the children sleeping and that the car was running while he spent about 10 minutes inside. Now, at some point, it appears the older child got into the driver's seat and backed out into traffic. Witnesses were able to help. Their father, 41-year-old Derek DeLoach Sr., was arrested on child abandonment charges. And as we mentioned, lots of you have been commenting about this on our KSAT Facebook page. Sam Solazarno wrote, "Why do these people think that leaving the car running makes things better? After so many incidents, you think people would learn, stop leaving children unattended, no excuses," end quote.
So we've been telling you about these safety concerns in the Westwood Square neighborhood for nearly a year, Patty.
Yeah, San Antonio residents say bad crashes on Castroville Road have become way too common. The city says by the end of this month, it's expecting to finish 2 things in this project: the traffic study and the design of a permanent traffic light. Neighbors say a change can't come soon enough.
Whatever traffic study recommends, we will go to the community, get input from community, and implement.
Now, this is the same intersection where the pedestrian bridge once stood. The city says it's expecting to start construction on that traffic signal by the end of the year. And topping your morning headlines, parts of the country are battling heavy rains and even risk of tornadoes overnight.
Francine made landfall off the Gulf as a Category 2 hurricane, triggering a flash flood emergency.
ABC's Christiane Cordero is tracking the latest developments.
Good morning. What made landfall as Hurricane Francine has thankfully been downgraded to a tropical storm, but the threat affecting parts of Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama is far from over. This morning, heavy rain and wind gusts are traveling from New Orleans to central Mississippi as Francine forces those in its path to hunker down. With it came a flash flood emergency for southern Louisiana. Some areas bracing for up to 10 feet of storm surge and experiencing 5 to 6 inches of rain per hour. The heavy rain submerging cars in New Orleans, the wind downing trees and power lines in several nearby parishes. This video shows what crews must navigate on the water as a shrimp boat travels on a river through little visibility. Francine has since been downgraded to a tropical storm affecting Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama, keeping the threat of wind damage, flooding, and bringing another challenge.
As these bands come ashore, you can get these tornadoes to spin up. Bottom line is it's just all hazards coming together here in southern Louisiana.
Louisiana has activated more than 2,000 National Guard troops. As Francine pushes inland, it's also expected to affect parts of Florida and Tennessee. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
All right, stop what you're doing if you're getting ready for work right now. Look at this video. This is video of a terrifying escapes from flames. Now, homes and communities reduced to ashes, populated areas with blazes closing in, an already horrific week for wildfires in the West, getting even worse in some areas. The bridge fire is now the largest in California, with dozens of homes destroyed and more at risk.
This is my home. This is the only place I've been for the last 30 years, and it's just sad.
It's terrifying right there. Arizona and Oregon are also dealing with massive wildfires. Now back here at home, VFW Post 76 here in downtown San Antonio, which also happens to be the longest standing VFW post in the state.
The historic home was built in the late 1800s. Now it's getting renovated. The roof of the historic home was in the worst shape. The post was able to repair 4 of 5 sections of the roof for about $34,000. That was thanks to help from the family who previously owned the home before selling it to the VFW after World War II.
We need to have this place here because when you're able to see 2 different generations, 3 generations of a gap of veterans talking, the younger one and the older one, it's breathtaking, and it's reverence. It's like there's so much respect there.
And Post 76 is trying to secure a federal grant as well, one through Bexar County, to continue with the needed facelift.
But the Post isn't just relying on grants, which is why they have fundraising events like one coming up on Saturday. They're throwing the Las Basta Palooza Riverwalk Festival. They'll have food, drinks, vendors, and live music from noon until midnight. I probably mispronounced that.
Lobster.
Okay, lobster. Okay, I was like, okay, lobster. Either way, it sounds like a lot of fun.
Give me some lobster, like you're from the northeast.
I got you. All right, we're looking at 610 right now, 72 degrees outside.
A new set of problems for hip-hop star Sean Diddy Combs still to come. The accusations he is now facing.
And a former Texas Secretary of State has joined the race for mayor after the break, while Rolando Pablo says that he's the best person to run San Antonio. Live look outside right now. Again, good morning, San Antonio. Check your clock, 6:11. If you're just waking up, you're going to be late for something. You need to get up right now and get your day started off on the right foot. We got so much more ahead, including these warmer temperatures that we're going to be dealing with from Justin Horn. He may be new to City Hall, but he is no stranger to the political world.
Yeah, we sat down with Rolando Pablos as he enters the San Antonio mayor's race.
This is the perfect time to change the dynamics of City Council and to really bring in qualified individuals who have proven leadership experience to take our city into a direction where we can actually compete with other Texas cities, bring quality jobs here.
And Pablo says he wants San Antonio to be able to be better compete against other big Texas cities for quality jobs.
No, Texas is the hottest economy in the world. We're the 7th largest economy. Companies are flocking to Texas, but for whatever reason, they're skipping us. They're going to other places.
Pablos is the 12th person to enter the crowded race, and he talks about so many topics from downtown sports arena to the Migrant Resource Center. If you want to see the full interview with the mayoral candidate, you can just scan that QR code on your screen. Of course, it's going to take you to the full story on KSAT.com. Definitely a busy election cycle.
12 of them,
Woo,
yeah.
Too much. And speaking of busy, let's go ahead and see what the roads look like right now. Trans Guide, things should be looking decently. I haven't seen any more wrecks or anything popping up, but again, that traffic is flowing as more and more people are getting out on the roadways. Let's hand it back over to Alex Gomez, because last time we talked to him, there was some type of incident that he was at, and now we're seeing the aftermath of everything that's going on. So, Alex, what's going on?
Yeah, good morning, Jaffney. You can see some of the damage on one of the vehicles right there. This is going to be on the north side, Northwest Military and Wurzbach Parkway intersection. Now, they are in the clearing stages. They are going to wrap things up. But right now, you are going to have some lanes closed still on Northwest Military. If you're going northbound, those lanes are blocked. And if you're going westbound on Wurzbach, you can see right here, SAPD still on scene. One lane, that right lane, is blocked as well, Jaffney.
All right, Alex, definitely a little trouble spot right now for the time being. Hopefully they get that cleaned up as more and more people get up and get out on the roadways. We'll check in with you later, and hopefully by the time we do that, it will be cleared.
All right. You have a question for us.
I do. We're still looking at our trivia question here. We're going to reveal the answer coming up around 6:40. So here it is. In the modern era, 16 NFL games have been moved or postponed due to weather. Which team has been affected the most? Is it the Texans, the Dolphins, the Bills, or the Packers? What do you think? So far, for the people who have weighed in, they're saying the Bills.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you can vote. KSAT.com/poll, or you can scan that QR code and let us know what you think.
It's another situation where I'm tied between two.
Same.
I'm like, maybe do I lean with the viewers, but we're going to see what they turn out to be in like how many more minutes?
We got like 20 more minutes.
20 more
We'll
minutes.
reveal the answer.
All right.
This is a good one. And I was looking, I had to dig through some stats for this one.
You had to do some homework.
I did. But I was curious because, games get moved or whatever. Not that any games have been moved recently, but rarely in the NFL does it happen. It has to be a big weather event. Mm-hmm. So anyway, we'll get to that coming up. But let's take a look at, there's the trivia question there. And again, we'll reveal that soon. But let's take a look at, we'll get there. There we go. That is what's left of Francine. And that is a tropical storm. Now, it is looking far more ragged. A lot of dry air is getting pulled into this on the south side. So New Orleans is completely dried out, but that's after they had quite a bit of flash flooding. They actually had a flash flooding emergency there with the very heavy rain that came through. So now the rain is up towards Jackson, Mississippi, moving up towards Little Rock and Memphis. Texarkana getting a little bit of rain. That's about the only spot in Texas that's seeing rain out of this. And then you got some pretty heavy rain across parts of Florida and Alabama. That's where you could see some of those spin-ups too. It's always on that side of the storm where you typically get some of those little spin-ups. Right now, winds are at 45 miles per hour. This probably gets downgraded to a tropical depression later today and then eventually just a remnant low. But it is going to be a rainmaker going forward. It's moving pretty nicely right now at 12 miles per hour. This thing stalls, and it's going to bring a lot of rain to the southeast over the next several days as it just kind of sits there. I think 5 to 7 inches potentially. Nashville over to Atlanta. So that is going to be a big weather maker for the country going forward. Obviously, not for us. We're continuing to see the heat, and that is the big story here. As we go outside for you right now, temperatures are in the 70s, 72 here in town, 75 New Braunfels. You go up to Bernie and Kerrville, it's a little more tolerable. 63 there, 63 in Kerrville. That sounds pretty nice this morning. By noontime, we are up to 88, mostly sunny. 95 northeasterly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. It's going to be basically a repeat of yesterday. So what do we got long term? What can we look forward to? There's not a lot, not at least yet. There is a little bit of moisture though out in the Pacific. This is likely going to become Ileana. If it does become a named storm, it's going to weaken once it moves into Mexico. But some of the moisture gets pulled up into Texas. And I think that could result in a few showers, maybe late Sunday into Monday. There's not a lot of moisture with this, and I think our rain chances are generally pretty low because we have more or less a ridge over top of us, but it could contribute to a little bit of rain on the radar, and we have added in some rain chances to account for that. But really over the next couple days, what we're going to be harping on is the heat. 97 Friday, 97 Saturday. Heat indices will be 100 plus. So football games tonight, Friday night, Saturday, be extra careful, especially if you're sitting out in the sun. And then you see those small rain chances there Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. A little added cloud cover will help us with temperatures. And the big question I keep getting everywhere I go, when is that front? When are we going to see a front that's going to do something that cools down? And so far, I can tell you it is not in the forecast yet.
So for now, we're stuck with the neck phase.
Yes,
it will
no
come
rain
though.
and hot.
You know, we talked about the climatology. By early October, we typically get it. So it's not too far away.
Well, we're looking forward to it. Thanks, Justin. It is now 6:21, 72 degrees outside.
Listen up, Swifties. They have another reason to celebrate just ahead. The new experience that has some people excited this morning.
When you have moderate to severe eczema, it's okay to show off. With Dupixent, show off your clearer skin and less itch. Because you have plenty of reasons to show off your skin. With Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, you can stay ahead of your eczema. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your skin from within. Many adults saw 90% clearer skin. Some even achieved long-lasting clearer skin and fast itch relief after first dose. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Show off to the world. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent.
Welcome back. 6:24, just days after he was ordered to pay $100 million in a sexual assault lawsuit, hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs facing legal action from another woman, Dawn Richard. You may remember her. She claims that he put her through years of psychological and physical abuse. She was a member of the girl group Danity Kane. Combs says that he is innocent. Richard is the 8th person, though, to accuse him of abuse.
And it looks like Justin Timberlake is taking a plea deal for his recent DWI charge. Sources tell ABC News Timberlake will plead guilty tomorrow to misdemeanor charges in Sag Harbor, New York. He will pay a fine. Timberlake was stopped by cops in the Hamptons in June. They say he blew through a stop sign and then swerved onto oncoming traffic.
The VMA goes to Taylor Swift!
The stars were out for the MTV Video Music Awards in New York. Taylor Swift took home the top prize for Video of the Year. Megan Thee Stallion was host of the night, and that felt more like a concert than an awards ceremony. Eminem opened the show with the help of Jelly Roll, and many others took to the stage. Somebody save me. That's the song. I love that song. That's just like, whatever.
All right. And speaking of Taylor Swift, check this out. A Maryland attraction is embracing the craze with a Swiftie-themed corn maze. The bird's eye view shows her corn maze cut out in the shape of a guitar, friendship bracelets, music notes, and heart-shaped hands. The maze will feature Taylor Swift songs, themed games, and Swiftie sections in the gift store. The Taylor Swift themed food as well. I can already hear some of our reporters and producers here flying over there to experience this.
So I'm not a Swiftie, but that right there, that's what you call a fan.
Right? Yeah.
That is a huge project. So hopefully maybe you might see Taylor Swift pop up out of the bush one day. That will get somebody really turned up. All right, it is 6:26 right now, 72 degrees outside.
All right, she's climbing the ranks on social media. Still to come on GMSA, the teams that's being called heroes for saving this baby walrus.
And a big welcome home for not only a hero, but a gold medal winner.
Taking a live look outside with Alex Gomez out there. Looks like the roads are pretty clear. We're going to check in with him to see if there are any backups anywhere else that he's tracking. We'll be right back.
In just a couple of hours, we're expecting new details from Uvalde. What we know about the new report about the shooting in Uvalde.
And in the courtroom, we are keeping a close eye on the case of a deadly dog attack. This comes as we get closer to learning the punishment.
And important news for parents during Baby Safety Month, why you need to double check their car seats.
Taking a live look outside. This Thursday morning, there is a crash that we are tracking on top of Rhine right now. We're going to have that coming up for you.
Good morning, San Antonio. Thanks for waking up with us again at 6:30 right now on your clocks. It's on your Thursday. We're close to Friday. And again, check that calendar. It's September the 12th. I feel like these months are going by like this.
Yeah, once we get to fall, I feel like it kind of moves a little quicker because the temperatures are more comfortable. We're spending a lot of time outside, but not this week.
No, not this week. Not at all. Summer is still saying, I'm here. Don't forget about me. It's not officially fall yet, and it feels like it. 95 is where we end up today. We're starting off in the 70s this morning. It's a little humid this morning. Humidity will drop off some this afternoon, but there's still enough there where we get heat index values probably around 96 or 97. It's a mostly sunny day. Let's take a look at the forecast heat index. 99 is what this particular model is saying. So it actually bumps it up a little bit more. These would be your feels like numbers, say around 4 or 5 o'clock today. So just prepare for some heat. It gets worse tomorrow and on Saturday. As we get even warmer temperatures, we're going to get close to some records in some spots, I'm afraid. We do have some football games tonight. Well, some Thursday night football. Sotomayor versus Brennan tonight, 7 p.m. Ferris Stadium. Forecast for that, 91 when the game gets started. By 8 o'clock, we're at 88. By 9 o'clock, 86. So probably in the mid-80s once the game gets finished. But it'll be very warm to start, especially if you're facing the sun. If you're in the visitor section, I guess, you may want to have some sunscreen with you because, yes, it'll be very warm. We'll talk about the weekend. Some very small rain chances headed our way, too. That's coming up in just a bit. But Patty mentioned that crash here along I-35. Looks like we have some backups all the way past 1604, Patty.
Yeah, that's I-35 at Topper Wine. You can see the flashing light there to the right. And, yeah, you're starting to see the backup. Actually, I checked 5 minutes ago, and it wasn't this backed up, but it's starting to get worse as people are heading out the door. And let's check in with Alex Gomez out there right now, who has an eye on yet another accident. What are you looking at, Alex?
Good morning, Patty. This is another accident on the north side. This is going to be on Wetmore southbound. If you use this route to hit 410, we are going to have an accident where we have two vehicles right here. One's going to be on the middle lane and then one on the right lane. So right now you're barely squeezing by on the left lane. SAPD just showed up. And we are going to have EMS also show up as well. So there could be some more lane closures. Again, just know that if you're coming down Wetmore going southbound and you hit 410 that way, you are going to see some pretty big delays this morning, Patty.
All right, thanks, Alex. And just remember, if you're running late, slow down. You don't need to have a bad day. You'll get there when you get there, okay?
All right, in just a few hours, the United States Customs and Border Protection says that it will release a report of how the agency responded to the May 2022 shooting in Uvalde.
The U.S. Customs and Border Protection officials said the agency's Border Patrol Tactical Unit exchanged gunfire with the shooter. While the name has not been made public, it has been reported that a U.S. Border Patrol agent killed that shooter.
Meanwhile, the Uvalde Police Department taking disciplinary action against a staff member. Here's what happened. This is related to a botched records release from the Robb Elementary School shooting. We don't know the staff member's name, but we do know that that person is on paid leave. Last month, a district judge ordered the city of Uvalde to release the records like 911 calls, radio transmissions, and body camera footage to several media outlets, including KSAT. And 2 days after that initial release, an officer told Uvalde Police Chief Homer Delgado that their videos were not included. So Delgado ordered an audit of the department services, which uncovered additional clips. We still have questions about those clips, though. How many of them were found and when they'll be released? We don't know. A spokesperson with the police department told us that he doesn't have those answers yet.
This morning, we are one step closer to finding out how a couple will be punished after their dogs killed an 81-year-old man last year. The judge who will decide the punishment for Abilene Schneider and Christian Moreno finally heard the last bit of testimony. It was a video of police interviewing Schneider yesterday. You could hear her telling detectives that she and her husband, Christian Moreno, did everything Animal Care Services asked them to do. She said the dogs were never aggressive, but then talked about times that the dogs were aggressive with each other. In February of last year, 2 of their dogs attacked and killed 81-year-old Ramon Najera, seriously injured his wife, and bit a neighbor and a firefighter. The couple will be sentenced next Friday on the 20th. The defense is asking for probation, but the state wants the maximum punishment of 20 years in prison.
Happening today here in San Antonio, the city council is scheduled to vote this morning on the broad strokes of a plan for a new minor league baseball stadium in downtown San Antonio. The $160 million Missions Ballpark project relies on developing the surrounding area along San Pedro Creek as well. That development will create new tax revenue to help pay for the stadium's construction. But it will also force out residents of the low-cost soap factory apartments in waves over the next 5 years. Though the developer and the city officials say that there is a plan to help displaced residents, soap factory tenants have called for council to hold off on today's vote. In case you missed it, check this out. It was a special homecoming for U.S. Army veteran Jason Tabansky. Of course, we're going to get that video maybe later on, technical difficulties. But he lives in Bernie and just won his first gold medal in a men's individual Paralympic archery category. The Bernie community gathered to celebrate this big accomplishment. And of course, this was Jason's first time at the Paralympic Games. He won on the last shot of the gold medal match while competing against an athlete from China. He only needed a score of 8, though, Patty, but get this, he scored 10. So again, major congratulations to Jason. That was a really cool story.
And of course, you can check it out, the full story on KSAT.com. The time right now, 6:37, 72 degrees out there.
Keeping your child in a child safety seat can save their lives. Coming up, why it's so important to check them.
Welcome back. Well, September is 9 months into the year, and it's appropriately become Baby Safety Month, a time to remind parents to do a safety check of their homes and their routines. This morning, we are talking about something many parents find frustrating: installing a car seat. And while it may be a pain to find all the hooks to secure that car seat, it could be life-saving.
I always tell my kids they're not called purposes, they're called accidents. You don't know when they're going to happen. So you always want to make sure that your children are secure in a car seat, even if you're just going around the corner. We want to make sure that they're strapped in.
If you need help figuring out how to install a car seat in San Antonio, you can call 211. Many police stations and fire departments can help too. Raquel Galvan with Child Protective Services says a problem this summer was children being left in hot cars. There were 2 cases that she covered in a 24-hour period where children were put in harm's way.
Just remembering that the children are in the car, ways you can do that is put something significant in the back seat, maybe like your phone or your purse, or the keys, if the car operates without a key, putting that in the back seat as a reminder that the child is back there.
Other things to consider about car seats. You might be in a hurry to turn your infant forward facing, but the National Highway Safety Traffic Administration recommends waiting till they are over the age of 3. Continue using a booster seat till your kids are about 11 to 12 years old. And as we approach the cooler months, avoid strapping your kids with bulky jackets and coats.
All right, and the CPS website also has tips on keeping babies safe while around water, creating a safe sleeping habits. There's also a lot to learn that, it comes naturally for some parents, but others just need a little help, so we need to be mindful of that.
Oh, yeah. Cool to have those resources right there. And, of course, they can find that online, right?
Yes.
KSAT.com. All right, let's go out to the roadways. Patty, you've been talking about this all morning long, this incident that's taking place right now at Top of Rhine in I-35. Right now, we're looking at some type of backup that's taking place, and obviously that backup is growing and growing as more people end up on the roadways. Looking at TxDOT as we speak, and it seems like there is a main lane blocked right now in the southbound lane. So if you guys are out on the road and this is a part of your commute, pack your patience. I know it's cliche, but please do so because we need you guys getting to your point and destination safely.
And I think Alex Gomez was out there at another scene with another accident and another backup. Alex, what's going on out there?
Yeah, good morning, Patty. This accident is going to be on the north side. It's going to be on Wetmore, right at Broadway. I can tell you that this is involving 2 vehicles right here. And on Wetmore, you're going to have a lane blocked in both directions. So north and southbound on Wetmore, right at Broadway, you're going to see a slowdown, Patty.
All right, thanks, Alex.
Okay, so now we got to get to this megaphone question.
Yes.
Are we finally going to get the answer?
Hopefully we are. Like I said, I've been tied between 2 of the answers.
Okay. We'll see. So the question is, in the modern era, 16 NFL games have been moved or postponed due to weather. We're in football seasons. That's why I went with this question today. So which team has been affected the most? Think home team. So where they play their home games are going to have a big bearing on whether or not they're canceled or not. So is it A, Texans, B, Dolphins, C, Bills, or D, Packers? And right now, Bills leading the way, followed by the Packers and the Dolphins. What do you guys think?
See, like I said, I was stuck between the Dolphins and the Bills, but something's telling me go with Miami Dolphins.
Okay.
Something is telling me to do that. I might be wrong.
Okay.
What do you think, Patty?
I wanted to say the Dolphins because of the Hurricanes, but I'm going to go with the Packers.
Oh,
that's a good guess too.
Okay, that is a good one.
So,
guys, here we
it's
go.
Gonna be the Texans.
It's going to be like or the Bills.
No, actually, it is the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, Patty, you should have stayed there.
No, but listen, the Bills are right behind them. The Bills last had their game postponed. I believe it was last year because of blizzard conditions. If you remember that, they had to move their game to Detroit. Packers, not a bad guess either. Obviously pretty cold. Texans have done a little bit better. They did have one postponed because of Hurricane Ike back in the day. But when it comes to the Dolphins, it's all about hurricanes, right? So the Dolphins have been moved 5 times, have games moved or postponed 5 times due to hurricanes. That includes Andrew in 92, Ivan and Gene in 2004, Wilma in 2005, and Irma in 2017. So it's the Dolphins. They're kind of in the line of fire. This goes with yesterday's question. We asked which state has seen the most landfalling hurricanes? Well, that's Florida. Florida tends to really take it on the chin during hurricane season. So that's the answer to the question today. We appreciate everyone that participated. And speaking of the tropics, we have been watching Francine, which has quickly moved north. It will not be canceling any football games, by the way, as it is moving out of Louisiana, but it will create some rainy football games tonight and going into Saturday. With some pretty heavy rain in spots. The latest, we just got an update. It's a tropical depression, so it is weakened now. Winds at 35 miles per hour. This is generally falling apart. Just becomes a remnant low, but it is going to create a lot of moisture, as we said, and it will produce some pretty heavy rain in spots across the southeast. All right, outside right now, it is 72 here in San Antonio, 75 in New Braunfels, 73 in Converse, 64 Boerne, 62 in Kerrville. And I wanted to take a look at the tropical weather outlook. We have a couple spots that need some watching. I'm going to step over here and step out of the way. It's right on the edge of your screen. That's a new tropical depression. It's tropical depression number 7, way out there. A lot of miles it would have to travel to have any impact in the United States, and right now there are no indications that would happen. We'll keep an eye on it. Other small areas, Hurricane Center is watching. I don't think that those will be anything at all. One off the East Coast. This will not have any impact on Texas, but there is some chance of development there. The one that I'm watching most closely is actually out in the Pacific, Eastern Pacific. And right now, still just a wave, but there are some signs that it will develop. And the reason I want to watch it is because it could throw some moisture in our direction as we get into the weekend. So our forecast today, noontime 88, 91 at 1 o'clock, and we make our way up to 95 this afternoon. It is going to be a hot day. Heat indices could be as high as 98, 99, as we showed you earlier. And let me show you the futurecast down the line. We mentioned some of that moisture coming in from the Pacific. This thing will make landfall. If it gets named Ileana, it would bring some heavy rain to the west coast of Mexico. But some of that moisture gets transported into South Texas as we head into Sunday and Monday. And that would, in theory, provide us with some small rain chances. I don't think it'll be really anything significant, but some isolated stuff certainly possible, and we'll keep an eye on that. Extended forecast. We're going to go 97 tomorrow, one of our hottest days, 97 on Saturday, hot day, and then 95 Sunday, where we start to get to add in some of those rain chances, and then mid-90s Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And I'll reiterate what I said last half hour. Everyone has been asking, where is our cold fronts, plural? We need a lot of them. We're ready to see some cooler air. Nothing in the extended forecast yet that shows anything fall-like. But we'll get there. Climatology tells us it's going to happen here pretty soon.
All right. Well, so you can get the boys in the pool still.
Yeah, I was thinking.
True.
Entertained.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Justin.
Thank you, Justin.
We got 6:48. It is cool right now, 72 outside.
Now here's a look at what's coming up next.
Have the absolute best job in the world.
Just ahead, the heroes in Alaska credited with saving this baby walrus and giving it a second chance at life.
It is right now. Live look outside of the city. Again, good morning, San Antonio. We're still tracking that incident at Tompawine. Obviously, we'll give you guys the latest and greatest with that. But again, if you are out and about, please stay safe as you're on your way to work or school. We're coming your way right after the break. Welcome back into 652. We got a bizarre story to tell you guys about. Check this out. Imagine going to get a routine dental exam and then you find a problem that could lead to losing your jaw. That's exactly what happened to one football player during his preseason dental screening.
There was a giant mass in the roof of his mouth, and it ended up being a giant cell granuloma, which that could have potentially made him lose his entire upper jaw if not detected.
Golly, doctors at UT Health are reminding athletes not only to get that preseason physical, but also a dental screening that's later this morning on GMSA at 9.
That is really good advice. There's an entire team of heroes just south of Anchorage, Alaska, credited with saving a baby walrus. She was abandoned on a remote corner of the state. Animal care specialists at the Alaska Sea Life Center found her on the beach.
This is extremely unusual because at this age, mom should basically be holding this calf for like the first year of life.
Okay, now they are working on finding her a good name, and she's quickly becoming the toast of social media. I think Potato's a good name.
Potato, yeah, there you go. Or
she's very cute.
Well, you know, only a mother will love. Oh, no, I'm kidding. It is. I mean, she's adorable, but it's funny because I was talking about this. She's basically a miniature version of what they look like as adults. I just picture it being a little bit more adorable.
Cuter.
Yeah, but it's fine. I'm happy they saved her.
Like a baby.
Exactly. Look at. Oh, okay. So yeah, like I said, she's cute. You know.
Don't lie.
Potato.
I'm thankful for the life that she was blessed with.
Idaho. How about Idaho?
There you go. I tell you. Now you look at it like she does, like you unwrap the foil. Either way, I'm happy that she made it and they took care of her, and she's now going viral. They need to come up with a name. Idaho, I think, is a good name.
I like it.
Okay. All right. Let's go over to traffic right now because there are some areas that we're keeping an eye on right now. This is 35 at Tompawine. This is a mixture of some construction that's going on as well as a fender bender near that area. So traffic is going to be slow in that area. If you're driving out there, take your time. And this is at 35 and 1604. It looks like a big rig, a semi right there stuck in the middle. I think it said it was a minor collision, but it looks like it's involving a very big truck.
This has been like, I want to say like the third day in a row we've had a crash here near Olympia Parkway on 35. And the construction, and I think Alex mentioned this earlier, has not been picked up yet. So this is adding insult to injury. I feel so bad for folks coming down on 35. It's a rough stretch there, but yeah, you're getting delays again. And we've got a map here to show you exactly kind of how far these backups go, all the way to Roy Richard Drive. So if you're coming inbound on 35 from, say, New Braunfels, you're going to have a slow go of it.
And it just keeps growing, right?
It does. So that when you see that red, that's where you're basically stop and go traffic, and it just keeps building backwards.
Be safe out there, but
yes,
check this out. If Idaho was outside, she'd be a baked potato if she's here.
Oh my goodness, we're back to Idaho.
Well done. Well done.
Pretty warm.
She would.
Yeah.
95. I don't think the walruses like it so much here. 95, mostly sunny, very hot today, and it'll be even hotter tomorrow. 97 on your Friday, 97 on Saturday. Heat indices will be 100 plus. Maybe a bit more cloud cover Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, so that helps us some with temperatures.
All right, so the pool party season is not over just yet.
Yes.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for waking up with us. We'll see you guys back here again at GMSA at 9.
We'll see you later.